I'm going to stand here and then talk to you. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, your best days is about to begin. Anytime a year is wrapping off and then a new is opening, you have to know that is a gift that God is giving you that has to be maximized. If it is not maximized, then you might have a repeat of where you're coming from. Somebody said that insanity is when you do the same thing over and over and you're expecting a different result. All right, and so if the new year is going to be different, you have to be different. There are some things that you have to be able to drop. There are some things that you have to be able to take. There are some discipline that you have to focus on. There are some habits that you have to imbibe. There are some conscious actions that you have to. All right, whenever you are here and you don't like it, you can rise up and move. One of the things that we are blessed with is that we are cerebral. We are not like animals. And so my assignment today is to actually prepare you for 2024. I might not be able to fully prepare you, but I know that for 1 month I've been preparing you, both families, individual, and business owners, to be able to. Okay, and if 2024 is going to be maximized, you have to know that 2024 is beginning tomorrow. And I believe that 2024 is going to be a defining moment for many people that are in this place. Because life just turned on a moment. You can be gleaning and then wake up owning the land. Because once you have intercourse with God, you are clothed with the favor of God. Don't you ever underestimate the power of a change of a person that is sitting beside you. That's why when you look at people, you don't just make a conclusion of them. Because when they are tied up to the divine, anything can happen. Am I talking in house or if you come and put your hands together? I say anything can happen. When we were coming into the year 2023, and then I stepped up and began to decree that Zepharu, at that time, this place has nothing that gives us a promise of a dwelling. It was a hole and everywhere, just crazy. But once you are hooked up to the eternal, anything can happen. And I want to announce to somebody that something is about to happen in your life that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it ever stepped. Don't you ever give up on yourself. And so in order for you to prepare and maximize the year, there are 4 words that you have to run with. You need it. The first is forgive. The second is forget. The third is focus. The fourth is fight. I want you to look at a neighbor and say, neighbor, it's time to forgive. It's time to look at a neighbor and say, neighbor, it's time to forgive. It's time to forget. It's time to focus. And it's time to fight. I'm not sure anyone will survive 2024 if they don't learn quickly as possible how to forgive, forget, focus, and fight. And I might not be able to dwell in some of them. I might dwell a little bit on forgive and allow you into the mysteries of life. But I know that, you can take this and then begin to run with it. So when we look at the word, that first one, forgive, I want you, without mincing any word that it is impossible to forget if you cannot forgive. And while I'm looking at your faces dressed, I know that it is covered with all kinds of pain, betrayal, anguish, and all kinds of dashed hopes, opportunities, and cries in the middle of the night. But however, I want you to know that anybody that harbors resentment and bitterness and revenge and anger is haunted day and night. And most often they are haunted long after when the offender has forgotten what they actually did to you. Long after when the offender has gone to bed and had a good night's sleep, you are still haunted by the painful memory of the offense. And some of you, if you don't forgive, you are going to be shackled to the past as God is about to give you a new. And you cannot be able to maximize what God is about to give you because you're always tied up to the issues of yesterday. Come on. Am I talking in House of Refuge? Somebody might say, that pastor, you don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even know the pain, But you have to know that according to Jesus, offenses must come. Offenses will come. Let me announce to you that you will never make it through life without those experiences. Don't you ever think as if it is something new or strange. It is part of living in human society. And if you ascend up Mount Achievement to reach the summit of your potential, you are going to get a lot of offenses on the way. And if you're going to become what God has created, you have to learn what to do with them so that you can be able to maximize what God is about to give you. Come on, put your hands together if you understand. Though offense is a given, you must realize that to be offended must be something that you take. Somebody don't understand what I'm talking about. So offense is actually something we take. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, offense is something you take. We accept it. It's handed out and you take it. Now you got it. And there are many people that are looking at me. God is about to give you a gift, but you are in a custody of something that was handed to you and is causing you sleepless night, pain, cry, and anger, and you cannot be able to move. But let me announce to you that if you don't let go, you can't attack what God is about to give you. Offense happened to the best of us. It happened particularly, when you look at our generation now that is hypersensitive. Unlike then that people can be able to, they have long suffering. Long suffering is no more a virtue now. Offense, but people are, so you have to learn to forgive. Because if you cannot forgive, you cannot forget. And if you cannot forget, then you are haunted. Your sleep is not sweet. Some of you are rolling on the bed, bitterness, bitter. How can you imagine after what I have done? Can you imagine? Some of the major pain are coming from people that are closely related to you. Pain of betrayal, pain on unfulfilled expectation, pain everywhere. Even your future relationships is going to be haunted by a person that has moved on. You have to learn to forgive. Look at your neighbor and say, you must forgive. You also have to learn to forgive so that you can focus. Because you can never focus on your future when you are mindful of the past. You cannot drive forward looking in the rear view mirror the whole time. Can you imagine you're driving and all that you're the baby, you're going to enter something, because the game is no more behind you, the game is ahead of you. Don't be shackled to the past. Better forget it so that you can focus. God is about to do something in your life. Come on, put your hands together if you understand what I'm talking about. You're going to have to sit and look through the windscreen, of your life and focus, because what is ahead of you is in front of you and not behind you. 2024 is not yesterday, it's about to happen. Look at your neighbor and say, you have to forgive. You will have to try to forget what is behind so that you can keep on moving. Are you snapping me, or you are... You didn't hear the announcement, right? Jesus experienced the worst that any human can do to any other person. Jesus, considering the fact that he only ever did good to people, he ended up being arrested, accused, flogged, 39, 40 but less 1, because 40 will kill. A strong man can take 39. His friends denying that they ever know him. The crowd who he has helped chose Barabbas instead of him. Jesus enduring the pain of the cross, dying a slow death, suffocating, exposed to open shame, naked in the middle of the road, forsaken by his friends. Pain. Nobody ever went through what he went through. Yet he says, forgive them. Because that thing, if it is not done, is going to abort what is about to happen. I want to announce to somebody here, no matter whatever happened to you, something big is about to show forth, and that thing cannot intimidate what it's about. Come on, put your hands together. Push your neighbor and say, neighbor, you got to forget. Now, you might think that when he says forgive them, because they don't really know what they are doing, you might think that, that's what it means. The truth is that some people really know what they are doing. And they know what they are doing is bad. Have you ever met wicked people? And it's hard to pray with energy. Forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing, because you know and they know that you know that they know what they are doing. Some people are wicked and bad. Some people will sit and just bring you into their room, rehearse to make a mess of you. And the only thing that you have ever done to them is good. Some people will ever come together and just because of money, just money that you struggle to get through discipline, concoct, carried your loved ones, kill them. Some people are going to sit alone, converse with spirits, and make sure that you come down. Some people are going to step into the office and then choose you as a sworn enemy. Meanwhile, you have never done jack to them. Some people are wicked. They have a bad mind and they know what they are doing. So when Jesus said, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing, he is not saying that because they don't know what they are doing is bad. No, he was saying forgive them because they don't know that what they are doing is necessary and good for my destiny. You know, hear what I'm talking about. Come on, somebody got it. Come on, put your hands together. Somebody got it. He was saying forgive them because they don't know that what they are doing is necessary and good. He always knew that the cross is his assignment. And he needed somebody to help him there. He surrendered to the assignment. How do I know? In Gethsemane, Father, not my will, but your will. Surrendered to go to the cross, and he needed a help to push him to the cross. I'm going to shock you. And for your information, Peter is not going to help him to go to the cross. And the reason why Peter is not going to help him, in fact, Peter is going to block him. You remember when they were going, they said, I'm going to the, he said, shut up! And even when they went to the garden, he came with a knife. That guy is a rogue. And you know what? He used the knife. You have to be careful when you come to church and you think that everybody is together. If you try to attack their pastor, somebody, how do you supposed to go? There is street in them. This guy, because in his mind, the Messiah is about to come with an army, mount, and by force conquer the enemies of Israel and establish Israel as a force in the world. Bring back the glory of the seat of David. And you're saying that you're going to, wasting it. You must. No. He's not going to be. Am I talking here? So Peter, and left to him, my king cannot be, and I'm not going to allow him to be humiliated and killed. Not on my watch. And for your information, I got the knife to prove it. So Peter is not going to help him. The only one that is going to help Jesus in his assignment was Judas. Come on, you're not hearing what I'm talking about. So stop obsessing with getting Judases out of your life. Let me announce it. Can you imagine if Jesus would have said, Judas is a thief and Judas is a devil. We need to get rid of him. Judas wouldn't have survived. Not with Peter around. They could have immediately taken him. They could have gotten rid of the very person that was going to help Jesus into his assignment. I want to announce to somebody that not everyone that helps you is your friend, and not everyone that hurts you is your enemy. Come on, put your hands together if you understand. Because in this life, you need enemies to push you where God is pulling you. You never enter your destiny with just a pull. That's why even when a child is being given birth, as the midwife is pulling, she is telling the mother to push. So you coming into the next level has to do with a pull and a push. Oh, you're not hearing what I'm talking about. Come on. Yes, my passion pulled me. My conviction constrained me. My faith sustained me. But that's not enough. And motivational speakers will tell you, you gotta have passion, because it takes a pulling and some pushing to get you on the path of purpose. It's not just the pull. If you don't understand what I'm saying, ask Joseph. Joseph, will you promise to tell the truth and nothing but the truth? Joseph said, yes, so help me God. So Joseph, what placed you in your purpose? What put you on the path of purpose? Joseph, was it your dream? Joseph said no. Was it your passion? Joseph said no. Was it your faith? Joseph said no. So what it is, Joseph opened his mouth, said that it was the pressure of opposition and hostilities. It was the rejection that ended up becoming a direction. You know, hear what I'm talking about. I say, you're not hearing what I'm talking about. Come on, put your hands together. Your pain is about to work for you. It's about to be the fuel that is going to cause you to fight. It's about to take you right in the center of what God is about to do in your life. Thank God I was afflicted. And so Joseph said that I found out later that the rejection was for my protection. I found out that without the rejection, I would have been on the wrong path, in the wrong place, doing the wrong thing with the wrong people. I needed your rejection. Go ahead, reject me quick. Because I'm about to step into what God, come on, put your hands together if you understand what I'm talking about. So I want God, Jesus said, to forgive them. They know they are doing something bad. But I know that what they are doing, I need it. Joseph could have been a statistic, messed up in a home, tied up to the love of her father, unless it takes the opposition of evil, manipulative people. So Jesus said, I'm asking God to forgive them because one day I'm going to thank them. So forgive them because, come on, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you're going to thank your enemy some days. Right now that you're looking at me, they say, tap me, Pastor, tap me. Because some men, tap me. Some of you, because some men are going through Banima. I want you to think about every enemy, every opposition, every hostility, rejection, sabotage, betrayal. And I want you to realize that one day you are going to thank them. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just look at me. And I'm telling you, one day you're going to thank the people that rejected you. One day, ladies that are looking at me, the guy that abandoned you, you're going to thank them. One day. Someone said that, why? The reason is because their rejection wouldn't have allowed you to find the direction, and you wouldn't have been in the place of prosperity, provision, and abundance. You know, haven't you come out from something that nearly took your life off? They hated you. They kicked you out. Only down the line, in hindsight, when you look, say, that's when I preach. Thank God you rejected me. You're not hearing what I'm talking about. Come on, put your hands together if you understand. Pastors, sometimes you need to thank God for closed doors. Brothers, one day you're going to sit back and thank God for the boss that fired you. You have no idea how you really, really helped me. Because you open my eyes to the fact that I am an entrepreneur and I can run my business. But had it been you never hated me and pushed me, I wouldn't have brought out the potential. Thank you. One day you will thank your pain. Come on, put your hands together. You open my eyes to the fact that I'm an entrepreneur. Because of you, I know that I'm not a slave. Pastor Biasa told me that there is greatness in me. There is something about me. I'm not a slave. But the pull wasn't enough. I needed a push. And thank God you are that push. I did nothing to you. You connived, dropped my file, chased me, lied on me, reported me, caused me to leave. You pushed me into places that I was not meant to be all along. Now I can stand on my feet and create something big. Thank God you. Come on, am I talking here? Come on, put your hands together. I said, come on, put your hands together. Okay? And for you to be able to do that, you have to learn to forgive. Father, forgive. So when I look at this, I can forgive you because I realize your role in my release. And I'm not focusing on what you have done. I'm looking at how you have helped me because God is pulling me, but I needed your push of hatred, your push of opposition, your push of anger, your push of manipulation, your push of conniving. When you did what you did, you never knew that the destiny is calling me. Come on, put your hands together. Until you see, it's very hard to say that. And most people here, up to now, you need God to help you say that. It's very hard until you have a compelling vision of the future. When you have a compelling vision of the future, it's easy until you can see that what you are going into is so much more better than what you have left behind. Even though you are going to still be shackled with regret, it's very hard to say thank you for rejection, for hostility, for betrayal, for sabotage. It's hard. If I tell you it's not hard, I'm lying to you. But with a vision, something big is about to happen. With 2024, it's not worth it. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you got to forgive. No, I think somebody is lying with my time. Actually, somebody tempered, right? Let me tell you the mystery of life. How many of you are enjoying church? You're enjoying church? In time you carry me, I know what I know. This is the mystery of life. What it took you to get into this world is going to forever take you to get into new worlds. Let me say it again. What it took you to get into this world will forever repeat itself anytime you are transitioning into a new one. Listen to me. You never walk into seasons. You are always born into a new season. Somebody didn't understand what I'm talking about. You never simply go into new seasons. You're always born into new season. And ask, you're always born. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, know the mystery of life. The reason you have to know it is that to be born in a new season, you have to repeat the process that brought you into the world. And what's the process that brought you into the world? The first is the collapse of your comfort zone. While you're there in your mother's womb, sequestered, the water has to break. When the comfort zone collapses, that's why you come out crying. Because now you're exposed into something big, but at the moment you don't know. It was pain. So in order for you to come into a new world, the comfort zone that gave you provision must collapse. That's where the pain is. Because most people, when you are sequestered and comfortable, you will never want to go to the next level. And God is saying that, no, I don't want you here. There's something bigger. Because at the point it collapsed, you come into alignment with greater vision. Now there is a bigger world that is higher than the smaller world that you were in. While you are thinking, this is everything. God said that you got to come out. And the collapse of that, in other words, you start to agree that it's time to get out of here. And you can agree any other way, when everything is comfortable. In the place of comfort, people never actually want to go to the next level. Come on, put your hands together. And God is saying that this season is over. But you're saying that salary good. God is saying that no, there is better. I said no. So even God, if he gives you the revelation of your new season, as long as your present season is working fine, you are not going to listen to God. I bind this voice. When the season is fine, it's easy when you are struggling. You're always going to prophet, a new day. Look, in fact, your past is even bad. No, but when comfort is there, everything working fine. When the season is fine, there is provision, there is protection, there is prosperity. And God says, hey, my child, I want you to go through the wilderness, fight the Amalekites, the Jebusites, the Girgashites, all the ites. And you're going to take a city ahead. You're going to say, God, I'm okay here. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? So long as your season is working for you, you're not listening to God about new season. So most often, what God is going to do, before he tells you about a new season, he's going to disrupt deliberately the season that you are in and allow you to see or be exposed to its volatility, exposed to its weakness, and exposed to its potential to harm you. And unless that collapse, that's where you are going to, because that's going to be the push or the pull that is going to get you into your destiny. I say, Pastor, what are you saying? What you're saying is just human psychology. No, what I'm saying, Israel were prospering in Egypt. They multiplied, doing well. They came in, just a family, multiplied, grew, took all over the business. Genesis 50. Joseph spoke. You're not going to dwell here, you're going out. So he prophesied, and on his lip he said, God is going to visit you and he's going to bring you out of this place. They said, no. But you see, when you are going, don't leave my bones, because I actually don't want to leave where God has left. Come on, put your hands together. But they are saying, so they all knew that this comfort, this prosperity, this season, they knew it will come to an end. But no one wanted to think about prosperity, security coming to an end. So, Exodus 1. Open. A Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. Because there is something big. Listen to me, you have to thank your enemies, because without your enemies, you wouldn't have been in the place where you are. Your pain are going to work for you. So in 2024, you have to forgive any pain, any person that hurt you. Forgive something big. So God said, and then the Pharaoh came. Started Yafara Ghana Musa Azaba. And they started crying. Because they wouldn't have cried in the comfort. So the comfort has to collapse. And while they were crying, God was talking to somebody in the middle of the bush. The bush on fire. Moses, go tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Yes, sir. Moses was about to say, wait, Moses, wait. Pharaoh is not going to allow them to go. What? I will harden his heart. What? Why? Because when the comfort is there, if the collapse is not there, they are not going to cry. Because until your season collapses, you're not going to listen to Moses telling you your next season is waiting for you. Can you imagine Moses coming, everybody in Mercedes-Benz, and Moses said, hey, we're about to get out of this place. Baby, get in a mansion and duplex. What? God said, okay, we need to collapse something. Some of you, the things that left you is actually because something big is about to come to you. Come on, put your hands together. Somebody lied on you. You lost that contract. They betrayed you. You lost that job. Don't cry. Something better, bigger is about to show forth. In comfort, you're not going to do you think, but because they were in place of being pushed towards their destiny. When Moses came with a pull, it was easy for them. Let's go. Why? Because the devil is actually pushing. Don't you even know that the last plague was blood? Because for you to go into the new season, the same way you came into the world, that thing has to repeat itself. I'm not talking about casual movement. I'm talking about cataclysmic change, defining movement. That's the mystery of life. You don't walk into a new season, you're born into them. And when you finally settle in the new season with more potential, with more prosperity, with more security, you're going so that the potential of the earth never came forth. Why? Because there was no man to till the ground and manage it. Because management is crucial in this kingdom. You can be rubbing on it and say, God, give me, God will check. Where are you? Can you manage? Until you go through the process, you can manage new things. You must fit the future that you are beginning. Somebody began what I'm saying, but you need to go and listen to me over and over. You have to learn how to create value. That's why it's good you fail in that business. It's good you fail and rise up. The process is okay. You have to learn to create value. You have to learn to package it. The process. You have to learn to position it. You have to learn to promote it. You have to learn to profit from it. Because in that painful process, you have now become the asset. That's why if everything is taken, you can produce it again because you are the asset. But you cannot become without the process. Come on, put your hands together. And if you lose everything, you can build it back because you are now the value. Come on, put your hands together. That's why when you meet a rich man, take everything he will produce again. Why? Because it is not the thing that gave him the process produced. He is now the value, the asset. He lost it, he can bring it out. Why? He is now the asset. That's why the cry is okay. The pain is okay. Now you know when you fall, you pick a rock. You know what not to do again. You're better with your failures. Your pain is necessary. The enemies, thank God, you must forgive. The second is you have to forget. How many of you are happy you're in church? If 2024 is going to work for you, and there are some people here, you're saying that, no, listen to me. Whether it's hurt by your parents, your mother, your father, hurt by everything. Hey! Forgive. It's not worth it. The future is stronger than the pain. One of the things that I learned quickly, and God has helped me, is to learn to forgive and to forget. But let me help you with forget. What does forget really mean? Because some of you are thinking forget's in a manpower. No, that's not what it really means. That's not what it means. Because every experience that you go through, you can never unlearn them. If they talk to you is a lie, you can never unlearn them. What you have learned. Your mind will store everything. That's why when you come to the judgment seat of Christ, everything will come. Why? Because anything that you're doing from a child is stored up. Except if now it's covered in the blood. The wrong ones now. But the good comes. Your mind will store everything that you have ever experienced. And most often triggers will always bring it back. That's why you see, when you meet neuro-linguistic programmers, you see they can bring somebody and take them to their childhood, and then a person starts to cry. The problem with neuro-linguistic programmers is they don't understand, and they don't have the Spirit of God. Because you see, you can be married and your husband says something, but you are pained and you don't know what you are pained about because it triggered something. Because everything is stored up until triggered. And so, your mind, listen to me, doesn't know how to process negative command. So to forget is asking us to do the impossible. So you can't say forget that. No, it's very, very, it's very, very important. Your mind can never process a negative command. For example, now look at me. Hey, look at me. Do not imagine a lion. Problem. Because immediately I said do not imagine a lion, you have to think what a lion is that you are not supposed to imagine. That's why in progress, negative command doesn't work well with your mind. That's why you can say, I will not forgive. No, negative. I'm the righteousness, the positive. You see, your mind is never built for, you have to imagine. So your mind doesn't know how to process it. And so if I say forget that, the first thing your mind will do is to remember the that. And remembering the that creates the pain. Because for you to forget that, you have to remember the that you are supposed to forget. What exactly is the that I need to forget? It's going to bring it back to you. The person, the thing that you are to forget. And so it's always in your mind because you are trying not to remember. And that's dangerous. Because as long as it's in your mind, is going to give birth. You're shackled. So forgetting is not a mind game. My time is up. Am I helping somebody? So what does it mean to forget? You have, listen to me. Forgetting, if you're writing, write it, means walk away. Turn around and walk away. The farther you go, the less effect it has. Walk away like Lot walked away, not like Lot's wife walked away. I'm going to help you. Lot walked away saying to himself, listen, that was then. This is gone. Then is never coming back. The only happiness that I will ever have is ahead. And so he walked away. Lot's wife. Come on, put your hands together. Somebody said, how are you with all the betrayal? You're able to do this thing. This is the principle I live all my life. Lot's wife says, I'm walking away. But I am because I wish, I hope, I want the past to fix itself. Baby, it is gone. Go. Maybe the fire won't fall. Maybe Sodom will ask for forgiveness. So she is stuck while Lot moved. Look at your neighbor and say, you have to walk away. And all that conversation that means to her, she's walking in one direction but thinking in another. And you can never make progress. And some of you, somebody judged you. You see the problem, wisdom is on the street shouting. But fools can't hear the voice. You're in a relationship, he slapped you. Wisdom said, run. Stupidity said that, you're not making nice, marrying. Wisdom said that, yay! Wisdom, the Bible said that it's on the hill, it's on the roof. In fact, it's on the door. That is, she can get the wisdom. You see, you are stupid if I pick a knife and choke you once. If I choke you the second time, you can't. Why can't I? He slept with you, slept with your friend, slapped you. No, you're not the kiriki. Don't you see I make it Pro Max? Right? You're not the kiriki kyauta. You're not kyauta. Christian number. You're not the kyauta. Fool. So you're thinking in one way, you're hearing what I'm talking about. And you can never make progress. Baby, rise up, walk away. Walk away from the hurt. Walk away from the pain. Walk away. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, walk away. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, walk away. Whoever is for you will come running after you. Come on, put your hands together. I said, come on, put your hands together. Don't you ever underestimate the power of your magnetism. If it is yours, they will latch on you. Baby, you got to walk away. It's not wait. You know what? Walk away. Why? 2024 is about to be given to you. Don't be shackled. Walk away. Stand up. Just walk away. Am I talking here? Nature, am I talking here? Come on, put your hands together. I'm happy. You must know that as you walk, whatever is meant to be part of your next chapter is going to stick to you like a glue. Walk away. We wouldn't have been here without the push. And some of you, you see, one of the things that work with me, then some people say, I don't remember nothing. How? I just walked. I just stood up. See, the last meeting I had, hey, Hakako. Immediately, I just stood up, walked. You can't focus if you don't forget. And to forget is not behind me. I don't remember some things. I can't remember. That's why you can never hear my pain on the pulpit. Why? Walk. Why? There is something bigger than that thing that happened. I'm going to say, the future is being aborted. When in a Zafi Neko future, stop, stand up, walk away. He left you, walk away. He refused to marry. Stand up, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, don't stand still. My time is up. 4 things to walk away from. Time now carry. Do you need more? You need more? I say you need more. Maganin bullies. Suntaba time now. Achigaba. 2024 is going to be big. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be a defining moment in your life. You're coming in clean. Stand up. Walk away. 4 things to walk away. Number 1, walk away from any conversation that involves hate and gossip. Proverbs 20:19 says, gossipers goes about telling secrets. So don't you ever hang around them in your living. Walk away from any conversation that involves hate and gossip. You don't need that. As a vampire, they will drop a poison, like a mutu. Go with a hammer. Kakashe. I didn't say argue with it. It means get up, walk away. Immediately, Sumfaro Gulma, stand up and go. No, Baba, it's not. I'm not the subject. Hey, you are always the subject. If you have people in your life who have no problem gossiping about someone else, you have to understand they will never have any problem gossiping about you. The day you turn your back against them, you are on the agenda. You are the subject. Listen to me, you're in the wrong crowd. You're in the wrong crowd. You can never attract power. You're in the wrong company. If it's easy to be hateful and gossiping, you're in the wrong place. And the reason why you need to walk away today in 2023 is because 2024 might be poisoned by what you're hearing today. You're go into 2024 with bitterness, with suspicion. Why? Because you met a vampire, the Zubamaka poison. Listen to me, words are never innocent. Words are creative forces. Come on, put your hands together if you understand. And anytime you hear words, they are creating in you. That's why I can say words, now you start crying. Why? They are not just words. They are creating. They are not just communicating to you. They are creating in you. The conversation you expose yourself to is going to determine your height, your depth, your length, and your breadth. If you're low, check what you're hearing. Because words will create for you. Come on, put your hands together. I'm preaching. Some of you that will come in Dubai after this. In fact, some of you don't even know how to appreciate your pastor. Have changed your life for the better. Come on, put your hands together. If you're exposed to negativity, your life is going to go nowhere. It creates a toxic environment that hinders your progress. You're stunted and you're wondering why. It's what you are eating. Poisonous. It grips you. When a python scents that venom, it holds you. You can't move. Run away from mischief makers. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, if you want 2024 to be a breakthrough, listen to me. Hey, look at me. Shut down every negative channel of conversation in your life. Turn off the TV. Listen to me. There is no news in the TV. There is propaganda in the TV. There is indoctrination in the TV. There is bias. There is distortion. There is one-sided part of you. Turn off the TV. There are some of you, you are hating somebody because media sold it to you. If you want to know the truth, go to source. Don't stand in that screen. That's where we are going into media and take it over. Come on, put your hands together. Block every social media that has nothing to do with your business or your progress. Fast it. Fast social media. Cut it off. No. You're dead. Jargons. You're taking. You're wasting time. The future is moving. But you're thinking that you're enjoying, but you're stunted. Negativity, toxic. I'm helping somebody. Only indulge in conversation that speak to your potential. Hang around conversation that talk about your purpose, your promise, your prophecy. Starve yourself of negativity. Get out of negative conversation and negative environment. If you want 2024 to break through for you. I've seen with pastors and they immediately, do you know what I do? I say, I walk. And I never, that's why I don't have many people around me. Never go to them again. When they come, I'm busy. And in fact, it's not every invitation I take. Someone says, no, let me ask this. I have invitations I don't take. So I don't. I said, Jesse, keep this letter. No, Wednesday. No, I'm not. I don't take. I will never be in a place where you're talking about somebody. It doesn't work with where I'm going. I have big things to do. Starve. If you're going to study, read. Only indulge. Now, I'm not talking in House of Refuge. There are people who, when you meet them, they will always bring up somebody. Mark those kind of people. They are zombies. When you go, always move with a hammer. Once you meet these zombies, they will dump a toxic information in you. So kachire hammer, pow! And move away. Jesus didn't say, be careful what you see. He said, be careful what you hear. Because your ear is even bigger gateway to your soul than your eyes. Why? Faith cometh by hearing. And guess what? Doubt cometh by hearing. Fear cometh by hearing. Defeat cometh by hearing. Listen to me. You hear defeat before you experience defeat. Come on, put your hands together. I'm helping somebody here. Should I say? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, it's not a trash can. So keep your garbage to yourself. My ears is not a trash can. Keep your garbage. I'm not very careful. I'm very, very careful about my ears. No, I don't want to. Keep niba bola bane do ting karike. No, and I'm just trying to share my problem. No, go to Jesus. Oh, what a friend you have in Jesus. Your cares and burdens, go. I'm not a trash. Your problems are never going to be mine. Take your problems to Jesus in prayer with your gossip and manipulating self. The white aguna zaka huche. By the time Katefiko inata imagining Abubwa, and for days kawa na farmer the abundaka dropping. Vampire like you. Come on, put your hands together if you understand. I said, come on, put your hands together. You don't have that time in 2024. Walk away. My time is off. Number 2, walk away from unnecessary drama. There are some people in Bible drama, they are not functioning. Mark them and run away. In Bakabalaka, some activities in 2024. Can I fit the one? Drama, listen to me. Drama consumes your energy, it commands your energy, and it needs your energy. And when you don't have energy, you can't focus. There are some people, they need drama to breathe. Drama. If there is none, they will create one. They feel uncomfortable, unsafe if there is nothing to panic about. Abu Katan, they exaggerate it. You need your sanity. Get away and walk away. Walk away from unnecessary drama because you're going to need your energy to fight for your future. Number 3, walk away from people who put you down. Don't stay around where you're never celebrated. Come on, put your hands together. And some of you, you feel so inferior. No, stand up. You are worthy. Come on, put your hands together. You are worth the blood. You are it. You are everything. Fearfully, wonderfully made. There are some people, the Bible said, throw out the mocker and fighting goes off. Quarrels and insult will disappear. Spending time with people that belittle your ambition and mock your dream is dangerous. It can chip away your confidence. And sometimes they don't have to be overt. Because some skillful, wicked, manipulative people. How do you know? Immediately you finish talking to them, you feel useless. There's the way they come on, Abu Maba, important, but they are not excited about it. There are some other people, once you talk with them, you feel invigorated. Those are people that you should be around. Your babies leaped. There are some people, when I talk to them, I feel I can, I deserve, I'm worthy, I feel good about myself. The others, I talk to them, I feel like an idiot. Mark them and run. Stay away from people, number 4, that lead you off the cliff. 1 Corinthians 15. Don't be misled. Bad companies will corrupt. How can somebody buy gear for you? Something that is confusing your way of thinking. How can somebody give you a room to go and sleep with a girl? You are so sick and stupid. And you say, that's a friend. How can a friend mess your life like that? Now, memories, imaginations, things are running in your life. You think God yet don't, He knows how He made your mind. That's why some of you can't hold it together. But they're back at one push. Now your body, you're on edge. You can't. How can, walk away. Somebody is taking you off the cliff. Don't be misled. Aboki. Yeah, aboki. And the aboki say drug. Kawai baka. Wondo and then no awaje. You have senior sisters teaching you stupidity. And you're okay. And you want 2024 to break through for you. Stand up and walk. You are it. You are worth it. Am I talking here? You are worth it. Can I have the brain? Think. You are it. Some of you, now you can't treat your wife well because when your stupid friends say, Mata ba emuso haka, and look at you. Ni and the don't Godzilla ni dienda kake. Kaduwa mana. Nobody is abundant. Come on, put your hands together. Number 3, focus. 2024 is about to happen to you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord cause His face to shine upon you. Focus. I've not done it. I sat down with my daughter, talking with her. I said, can you define focus for me? She said, I said, Google it. I said, she went and brought a dictionary. You are never created to do 2 things at a time. That's why the Bible said that this one thing I do. And if you're going to do one thing, you must forget. Forgetting the thing. Am I talking has a refuge? You see, as biologically you have vision, you have focus, and you have peripheral vision. Peripheral vision tells you you're aware of your environment. But vision focus on one thing. So I can be focused on you, but I'm aware that I'm in this room. And you can never go forward when you are focused on many things. So I asked her. So he said that, well, he said focus is you committing yourself, into one thing with effort. Yes. And that's why most of you here, you're in school. You can never maximize your grade if you're reading and you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You are sick. Because when you're in school, you're supposed to do one thing. Now you're doing two things. And you can't maximize. You want to graduate in 2024, good, one thing. Why are you in school? Study, not girlfriend, not boyfriend. If you have a choice of studying for your test or chatting with your girlfriend, you will chat. Because it's tied to emotion. So you see, confused Yara. Focus. You have a vision. Focus. Some of you are doing many things so you're just spread too thin. 2024 is going to happen to you. I will see you 9 o'clock.
Hallelujah. Put your hands together and celebrate the word this morning. Come on, put your hands together. Celebrate. Hallelujah. Can we have the family of Mr. and Mrs. Alex, Mr. and Mrs. Bamidele, Mr. and Mrs. Friday Kayam, Mr. and Mrs. Kusu, and all witnesses that are here to support them? You can join them. We are here to give God thanks for what he has done for these families and for us as a church, and to give these babies identity. The Bible says, bring up a child in the way that he should go. So this is going to be the first way that you